The Mitsubishi Evo fought through mud, snow, and tarmac to become a rally legend in the 1990s, and the chatter in the community that followed has resulted in a bull market with no end in sight. The Mitsubishi Eclipse and its DSM siblings also have a cult following, but are known not for their precision in motorsport, but more often for 9-second passes on a closed course. Big power for a paycheck. You know the Evos were built in Japan with a proper dusting of JDM magic that this Eclipse was never blessed with here in the US, but that one movie still pulls you back to this car. This is the answer. All right, Miguel, how's it going, man?
Good, man. Thank you for having me on.
What do you drive? Who are you? For those of you who haven't seen you on YouTube and Instagram, and what are you driving?
So I am Miguel Martinez, or also known as Miguel DSM, and Miguel DSM because this was actually my first project car. This is a 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse GS. It's actually not a real GSX. It was initially front-wheel drive, NA, only made like 140 horsepower, and it's basically the trim in the community that was basically hated on. So,
are you able to pop the hood for us?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
So, this one's a little bit different. This one has an Evo 8 4G63 with full bolt-ons on E85, and it made 440 to the wheels and 413 torque.
440 horsepower at the wheels, pretty good. I mean, a GSX from the factory made what, 220?
210 to the crank.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, internet numbers, it might not be the best thing, but guys, if you guys were able to drive this car and just feel how raw this thing drives, it's like solid motor mounts, like it's just polyurethane bushing, stiff suspension, wide wheels, wide tires, bucket seats, no power steering. Like it's just straight raw race car. Like you smell everything. You smell the fuel, you smell the tires, you know, and it's such a thrill to drive. Like it's honestly like such an adrenaline pump to you when you drive this thing. Like this morning, it woke me up, so.
The best cars are when you don't need caffeine. The car is.
Dude, it is the caffeine,
rush.
Yeah.
So this is an Evo 8 engine. What is the rest of the all-wheel drive system from?
So it's GSX we're in. So we're talking gas tank, subframe, axles, control arms, and the drive shaft is also from a GSX. We did have to cut it 6 inches and then use the yoke for the transfer case for the Evo 5, which basically it's like whole Frankenstein. So it's Evo 8 motor, Evo 9 turbo, Evo 5 transmission, Evo 5 transfer case, custom drive shaft, and then GSX we're in. So, dude, we didn't even know how we were gonna do it. Like it hasn't really been done, and we were just in my garage working on it every weekend, and I started filming videos on it, and dude, it was such an amazing experience and bonding experience with my friends as well, because we just learned so much.
Yeah.
You got to wrench on it, and then just seeing it come alive for the first time, and it was it's amazing. That's why it's so special to me, because it's like,
yeah.
We built this in the garage from the ground up. Like this car has soul.
Now we'll get back to the Eclipse in a second, but we all know special cars like this are only valuable if they don't get tied up with your insurance company after a hit and run. I was never really a dash cam guy until I used my Viofo A229 Pro dash cam, and it saved me so many headaches. First off, the A229 Pro was named New York Times Best Dash Cam for 2024, and it is the first to use Sony's newest Starvis 2 image sensors, which have a much higher frame rate capability, as well as HDR tech. If you've ever shot on a camera like I'm filming this right now, you know how important it is to balance out those incredibly bright white spots with the dark, shadowy areas. And one of the best parts about this is you're able to capture license plates in conditions that aren't ideal. Day or night, these cameras work awesome. I'm using the 3-channel setup, so it's got a 4K front-facing camera, insane, really good crisp quality, a 2K rear-facing camera, which is great, especially compared to the competition. And then for the interior cam, not only is it very small, but that's in 1080p. What's really cool is that camera has 4 infrared LEDs, so at nighttime it gets black and white night vision. In addition to the ability to save clips using voice commands, I know a lot of you have had bad experiences with dash cams sitting overnight and draining your battery. The A229 Pro makes it fairly straightforward and simple. They give you 3 parking options, so you can set it to time-lapse scenario. You could have it running all night. They also have a low bitrate recording mode, which is also constant recording. And if you download the app, you're able to wirelessly transfer quickly over 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi at up to 8 megabytes per second, or use a USB-C cable for even faster clip sharing. Again, I don't have to tell you guys how special some of these cars are, and as an example, a couple of months ago, maybe you guys saw on Instagram, I saw an E30 M3, a mint car, get totaled right in front of me. It was insane. The owner was not at fault. Even still, the insurance process, I'd imagine, would have been so much easier had he had a dash cam, which he didn't. So if you guys want to get your hands on the A229 Pro or any number of other dash cams that Viofo has, the links are in the description. They're running a massive Black Friday sale right now, up to 38% off. Again, the links are in the description. Now back to the Eclipse. And for those of you who don't know, like from factory, even if this was a GSX, the all-wheel drive system is completely different from the Evos of the time. The Evo 3, 4, and I guess late 90s Evo 5, my personal favorite Evo. I mean, the engine's flipped, the diffs are different, so was that the original plan?
No, we did it front wheel drive initially because there was like rumors on the forums, DSM tuners, that it was possible to swap it. So we were just trying to figure things out. We started playing with things. We had to move the exhaust manifold out 6 inches just to clear the starter on the bell housing. But once we went all-wheel drive, it started kind of fitting a little bit better. We did have to cut a little bit of the subframe, reinforce it. It was just like a whole learning experience for me, especially, you know, coming from someone that never turned a wrench in his life, getting his first project car, and then having my buddies come over and just teach me everything about the car and help me do this. Like, it was, I think that's where like the bond like between man and machine comes from, because it's just like we have so much history. Dude, I've had this thing for 13 years. So it's like at this point I'm keeping it for life. It's my baby, and it's just like, it's my favorite project car no matter what. Like, no matter what I get, is this gonna be like, that's why my name's Miguel DSM, because I'm kind of attached to it in that way, so.
Oh, he was not kidding. Yeah, no power steering. It takes some muscle, eh? Okay, we gotta close the windows, otherwise you guys are not gonna be able to hear me. Oh, no, that didn't make any difference. So Miguel went no power steering. I asked him if it was for any packaging issue, if he had to remove it, but he built this car a while ago, or at least the initial process, so he wanted the engine bay to be as clean as possible. He wanted the car to be as raw as humanly possible. Let's give it some gas. Pounds of boost. Oh, the spool is phenomenal. All-wheel drive cars, you need the spool to be super quick, because then it just gives you so much more confidence powering out of a corner. Everything's coming through, and this is not the smoothest road. And this car is making me very aware of that. And of course, 90s power steering of this time period tends to be pretty boosted, fairly over boosted, some would say. Very light. Some cars tend to be a little bit vague. Really short and notchy shifter. Oh, here we go, here's a tunnel. The car in front of me just stuck his head out the window, looking back. He's like, what is making that noise? Right back into boost. It's the best. Miguel's done this right. It's so easy. Oh, thumbs up. That one warranted a thumbs up. Oh, and he's gonna let me pass. Thank you, sir. We've got a little bit of rubbing. Miguel's done this for looks, for the aesthetics, but it also handles. I want to take care of his fenders a little bit, but on tight canyon roads like this out in California, I want to be driving a car that is responsive and not laggy, predictable. Drivability is really good too. It started up right away. Partial throttle response is really good. He's got this AEM digital gauge cluster here with an Aventador tach. I'm down with it. There's a little dead spot on center, just a little bit. Evos definitely have better steering. They have quicker steering racks from the factory, so you're not getting quite as snappy of a response.
Okay, so it's currently on the Infinity AEM ECU with the AEM CD5 dash. It has an ohm racing wiring harness, and then as far as fuel system goes, it has an AEM, I think 320 fuel pump, FIC 1650cc injectors, runs E85, full 2.5-inch intercooler piping, OG classic Gretty blowout valve. This is a very popular blowout valve in the Fast and the Furious car. Yeah. And then of course a front mount intercooler, currently on an open downpipe, hence why it's so loud. Still the stock original motor. We did build the head, currently on the HKS 272s. You don't need much to make an Evo motor fast. Like you can boost controller and a fuel pump and you're gapping all the V8s out there. So
have you ever run this down the quarter mile, or like what do you use this car for now?
Honestly, just to enjoy it, take it to like my local Cars and Coffee, hang out with friends. I mean, it's more of like a me car where it's like I just like to enjoy it for myself. I don't really track it. I've taken it and done a quarter mile actually on the Hoonigans with a Cybertruck.
Oh, no way, what?
And I actually lost. It was having fuel system issues and my shifting wasn't that up to good. So,
oh, shoot.
But that was the only time I pretty much like drag raced it. Yeah. So I love Mitsubishi. I'm a huge Mitsubishi fan. So it's a 2006 Evo GSR and then a 3000 GT VR4, which those are really, really rare to find. Mm-hmm. And then of course the Eclipse, and then I daily drive a 1999 Honda Civic EK hatch. I also love Hondas. You know, I love the hatches, the old school ones. Yeah, and then besides that, I'm currently undergoing a project of a 911 shell. 1980, whoa. Yeah. So that one's a little bit out of reach, but I got that car just to set that goal to, you know, one day just go after it when I have the funds to just be able to build that thing and spec it out and just have a badass project. But that car I also want to put an Evo 8 4G63 to kind of keep it congruent with the Mitsubishi.
Wait, what did you just say?
Yeah, I'm a 4G63 swap a 911.
What?
I'm gonna do it.
What year is the car?
It's a 1980 Porsche 911.
I mean, you're in Southern California, man. This is I see 911s
everywhere. Yeah, dude. And I mean, the purists are gonna hate it, but at the end of the day, when you build your cars, you build them for yourself, and you build something that you want to do, not something that people tell you not to do. Wow. So. But I initially got this one because my dad used to have a Mitsubishi Eclipse when I was a really small kid. He had a GSX. It was turbo, but it was a 96, so it had different bumpers. It was the same color. He would take me to school, take me to karate lessons in it, and I just remember feeling the boost and falling in love with the car. Seeing it on Fast and the Furious and then Need for Speed Underground is what made me just want this car like so bad in my childhood. I was like, I can't wait till I'm 16. I'm able to get my permit, and I want to, get my first job and start getting, my first car. So do what you want to do. At the end of the day, like, we're all gonna die. Like, do cool shit. Do cool things. Do do what you want to do, man. Like, have fun. Like, that's all I gotta say. Like, if you want to pursue a project, then do it.
Are you ever gonna sell this car?
No, never, dude. This is my baby. This one dies with me.
Boom, done. All right. But Miguel, as soon as I was about to get into this car and drive, he goes, because I commented on his bride's seats, or Brid, whatever, how well they've held up. He's had them for 10 years or something like that, just going under 10 years. And he's like, yeah, even, I haven't even cleaned them. I've gone off-roading. Excuse me? What did you do, off-roading? He's like, yeah, I took it on a dirt road. Did some donuts and stuff. That's the Evo coming out. He also owns an Evo, but that to me, that's like Evo territory right there, what those cars should be doing. I am drenched in sweat right now. There's a pop. Wow, when the exhaust ignites, you feel it through the seat. I mean, we are just mounted to the floor right now. At first, when I saw this build, I saw the Evo 9 Turbo, and I was thinking to myself, well, hey, 440 wheel horsepower, you're squeezing a ton of power, and this thing is plenty quick. It does not need to be any quicker. And there's a very fine line with a build like this, sacrificing spool and turbo lag for top end power. I just wouldn't do it. And the alignment's not too aggressive. It's not like pulling me all over the road, but I mean, the steering's requiring full attention. Full attention here. So this is what Fast and Furious dreams are made of. And it works. I mean, from a driving perspective, it is no different from an Eclipse GSX. It's just a much better tune on the engine. It's a much better turbo. It's a modern, much more modern turbo setup. It's like 10 years newer than this car would have had. And the all-wheel drive system just works. I mean, this speaks volumes to, it's such a classic, like, first car kind of story that you don't initially have the money to get into something else to tune it. So you just slowly over the years build and build on a car that you love. It's kind of a good metaphor for Southern California car culture as well, because, you know, the paint's not perfect. It's got a couple of little minor dents and stuff like that. Of course, it's rubbing, so that doesn't help either. But it's the sun's consistently just beating down on a car like this in a place like this. Amazing.
You love it?
It was great, man. Luckily, there was a spot up there with flat ground to turn around. Yeah, you can't daily a car like this. The interior's holding up incredibly well.
Yeah, usually you don't see it like this. This is on a better kept.
Well, yeah, especially in California. We, you know, up in Canada, we have rust to deal with. Down in California, you guys have...
Yeah, we don't get none of that here.
You just have the sun.
We're spoiled.
Yeah, oh yeah, a little bit.
Well, we do have our, you know, the negative side effects of things as well, with like emissions and all that, so.
That is true. That was a great drive, you guys. Yeah, if you haven't already, check out Miguel on Instagram. What's your YouTube?
Miguel DSM as well. You guys can catch more of the Eclipse or other Mitsubishi builds as well.
We got new merch coming as well, new apparel. It's dropping soon. I don't know exactly when this video is coming out, but the link will be in the description. Thanks again, man.
Thank you, likewise.
See you next time.